Hey everyone, how's it going? Grizzly Bear here with the Q&A video. We got a ton of questions from you guys. I think we had over 200 total. So I'm going to be splitting up into two different videos. We're going to do one over gaming, one over real life, and one over YouTube stuff. The footage I've got going on in the background right now, a little bit of MVM. I played with some friends. You guys probably recognize a few of them. But that's what we got going on in the background. So let's just go ahead and hop right into the video and get started. Chilton Factor asks, what got you into Team Fortress 2 and why do you play Scout? So, what got me into Team Fortress 2 is I used to be a really big Nintendo fan, so I would go on a bunch of Nintendo message boards, and one of the ones that I frequented, a lot of them played Team Fortress 2, and they said, yeah, you guys should play this, and I tried it out, and I was like, man, this game is awesome. So I went out and I bought it, and that's that. And the second part of the question, why do I play Scout? Excuse me. I always like having like a fast character, kind of like a glass cannon that, you know, just rushes in and can do a lot of damage, but is also really vulnerable. So I like the Scout in that regard. I think that's kind of a neat play style, so I really enjoy that. Next question comes from Muddy Wuddy. How long have you been playing TF2? I started playing back in September of 2009, and right now I have about 1,500 hours. So I don't have a ton of hours, but I have been playing for about 5.5 years. Roasty asks, what class do you have the most hours on? Right now I have the most hours on Soldier, so I think I have probably about 20 more hours on Soldier than I do on Scout, and then the rest of them are like really far down the list, so definitely Soldier is number one, then Scout. TF2 Caribou asks, when you first started playing, did you think you would play for this long? I don't know, I don't think I really thought about it a whole lot. I guess I didn't figure that when I started back in 2009 I'd still be playing in 2015. I probably thought I'd be over video games or something, I don't know. But no, I definitely did not, and you know, I'm happy I'm still playing it. Nightly asks, what are your thoughts on the community creating a TF2 Classic mod? So if you guys don't know about this, a few community members have come together and they've decided to create what they're calling TF2 Classic, and basically it's kind of like their own version of Team Fortress 2. They're going to have like a bunch of different new game modes. They're going to have four team games, that sort of thing. I think it's definitely cool. I really enjoy when the community does something like that, when you know, you create maps or mods, anything where the community creates something I think is really cool. So I'm 100% in support of that. Iron Infidel asks, what's your opinion on the future of TF2? How much longer do you think the community will last? And that's something that a lot of people have always been questioning for like the past year and a half or so. You know, is TF2 dying? Is it is it going downhill? And for me personally, I don't think Team Fortress 2 is going to be dying, you know, within the next year or so. I think this game still has quite a bit of life ahead of it. I think as long as people are creating content for it, as long as there are videos being made, maps being made, you know, as long as people want the game to be alive, it's going to be alive. So I think Team Fortress 2 still has a long way to go before it's done. Next question comes from Ollie, and they ask, what is the highest kill streak that you've ever gotten, and what class did you play? What weapon for that class? Gosh, I don't know. I don't really have kill streak weapons. I don't really care about that a whole lot. Off the top of my head, the only thing I can think of is a long time ago, I think I got like an 18 kill streak with the direct hit as Soldier, which that's not really that impressive, but at the time it was for me, so I think that one's kind of like cemented in my mind. Other than that, I really can't think of like a kill streak that I went on that I was like, man, I'm doing really well. I'm sure there's probably been more than 18 kills since then, because that was quite a while ago, but I can't remember any of them. Sir Jestful asks, how did you get into TF2 and what are your thoughts on Overwatch? I already kind of covered that first part there. My thoughts on Overwatch, I'm looking forward to it. Do I think it's going to replace Team Fortress 2? No, I don't. I think they're going to be two completely different games. Some of TF2's player base may go over there. I don't know how that's going to work out yet. I'm definitely going to give it a try. But for me, personally, it's not going to replace Team Fortress 2. Hobo Wheel asks, which characters can you relate to both physically and mentally? Physically, I've thought about this, like if I was ever going to cosplay, which I'm not going to, but if I ever was going to cosplay as a Team Fortress 2 character, it would probably be the Sniper, just because I feel like I probably look the most like the Sniper, you know. We're kind of like skinny, and I mean, he just kind of has the same body as me, I guess. And then mentally, you know, they're all kind of crazy. They're they're not all exactly stable mentally. I guess, I don't know, I'd probably go with the sniper because he just treats it as a job, you know. He's not a, I don't think he really enjoys the killing. It's just he gets paid for it, so he does it. Next question comes from McStabbins. What happened to the beard, man? It was beautiful. I will answer that in a later video. But the next question he asks is, if G-Juice and you had a TF2 fight, who would win? You know what? I'm gonna be bold here. I'm gonna say G-Juice. I'm calling you out, bro. I'm gonna say I would win a TF2 fight against G-Juice, especially if we're on an American server. If we're on somewhere in Europe, you know, it's up in the air. But I'm on an American server. I'd say I'd have the edge. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see, G. Next question comes from Vocrux. Have you tried Team Fortress Classic, and what are your thoughts if they didn't remove the nail gun to the scouts? So Team Fortress Classic is like the original mod from, I don't know, Quake or whatever they did. I've never played it. It doesn't look like a whole lot of fun to me. I really enjoy Team Fortress 2, and I don't think I need to go back to the game that started it all. I feel like I enjoy Team Fortress 2 enough. What are my thoughts if they didn't remove the nail gun to the scouts? If you guys didn't know, the scout used to have a nail gun. I think it was pretty similar to the syringe gun for the medic. I think that'd be kind of cool. It'd be interesting to see, but I'm a pretty big fan of the scatter gun, so I'm not very good with the needle gun. Next question comes from Laser Systems. What would you do if you found a golden frying pan? I'd probably sell it, to be honest. That's kind of a lame answer, but I think the money would be more useful to me than having just an item in my backpack. I'd probably make a few videos on it just to be like, you know, I've had this and it's pretty cool. But after that, I think I'd just sell it. I might like go on a trip or something with the money. There's a lot you could do with that money instead of just having a Team Fortress 2 item in your backpack. Next question comes from AOW Scrubson. What is your best TF2 memory? Man, that's kind of hard to say. I've had a lot of good times in TF2, you know, with all the people that I've met and that sort of thing. I think the best thing involving Team Fortress 2 that I've enjoyed would probably be TF2 Can, which happened back in March. I think that's probably the favorite thing, my most enjoyed experience, I guess, with Team Fortress 2. I thought that was just a really cool experience, how we all came together and we just created something awesome in a day. So I think that would definitely be my best Team Fortress 2 related memory. Next question comes from Mini Pantsu. How did you get involved with map creation? Do you still create maps for Team Fortress 2? I got involved with map creation for Team Fortress 2 a long time ago. I played Call of Duty 1, the like original on PC, and I got into map creation for that, and that's kind of what started the whole thing. And then I started playing Team Fortress 2, and I don't know how I found out that you could make maps. I think it might have been the Man Manor Mountain Lab detailing contest that they did, the art pass, and I thought that was really neat. And I think after that I kind of started getting involved with the community. I've made a few maps. I've never really completed one. One of my goals this year is to complete a map. So do I still create maps for Team Fortress 2? Yes, I do. Have I ever completed one? No, I have not. That's a goal of mine this year, to complete a King of the Hill map I've been working on for a while now. Next question comes from Hellhound. What would be your last words if you had to quit TF2? See you guys in Overwatch. Next question comes from Don't. How do you feel about the movement in the TF2 community towards the more competitive aspect of the game? I'm all about that. I'm all for competitive. I think having a good competitive scene really extends the life of a game. So I wish Team Fortress 2 competitive did get a lot more attention. Me personally, I don't pay a whole lot of attention to it, so I guess I'm kind of a hypocrite in that regard. But I think competitive gaming can only be good for a game. So, you know, I would love for the TF2 competitive scene to get bigger. I'd love for there to be more prize money involved, all sorts of things, just to help improve the community in general. Next question from My Name is Fork. Do you still enjoy TF2 as much as you did in the past? This is a tough question to answer. You know, a lot of people kind of are fading away from Team Fortress 2. We've been playing it for so long. I've been playing it since 2009. And, you know, at times it's like, man, I've just been playing this game for so long. But then you hop back into the game and you're with some friends and, you know, it's still a really fun game to me. I still really enjoy it. And I don't think I'll be stopping anytime soon. As long as I've got people I can play with, I think I'll be playing this game for a long time. Next question comes from T-Moss. Why do you think Team Fortress 2 is so popular? I I think Team Fortress 2 is popular because it's got a crazy art style. It's it's cartoony, it's fun, but at the same time it's just a really solid game. It's you can play for so long and it takes you a while before you actually get to a point where you're like, okay, I'm kind of good at this game. I think it took me a few hundred hours before I was like, I'm average. So I think it's that part of the game, it makes you want to play for a long time to get better. And I think every game you go into, it's pretty different. There's always something that comes up, and there's just those moments that only happen to Team Fortress 2 that you can't really get with any other game. So I think the fact that it's just such a unique game is what's made it so popular, and that's what's made it last so long. Next question comes from Krakatoa. Who would be in your competitive dream team? So I actually don't play competitive. I don't follow competitive very much. So I just want to play with some people that I actually enjoy hanging out with. So that'd probably be like Stapler, Dane, Scott. Kind of a lame answer, but I think I'm not really about having the best team. I just want to have a team that I'm able to talk with, have fun, just kind of enjoy Team Fortress 2 with. So I think just a bunch of my friends would probably be the way I'd go there. Max asks, do you play lobbies or competition, so competitive? I do play lobbies occasionally, not very often. I played some the other day with Kevin Pone on his stream. It's fun to do, I just haven't done it in a while because I like playing with my friends more than that, and they don't really play a whole lot of lobbies. So I do occasionally I play competitive. I don't. I've been meaning to get into it for a long time. I'm at the golf course right now where my internet is a little sketchy, so I can't really do competitive just because I have an unreliable connection. But in the future, competitive is something I want to do. I've been saying that for years. I haven't got around to it, but it is something I would like to do in the future. The Happy Meatball asks, what's your favorite competitive map? I don't even know what the competitive maps are. I like Process a lot. Process is pretty cool. Viaduct Pro, I really enjoy Viaduct. I'd say those are probably my top two. Next question comes from Justice. What would be the best composition of classes in a 6v6 setup in your opinion? Like I said, I don't really follow competitive a whole lot, so I'd say the best composition is probably the most common, which would be 2 scouts, 2 soldiers, and a medic and demo. That's tried and true, that's what most people use. Occasionally somebody will off class, but I think that's kind of the standard, and I think it's the standard for a reason, so I'd say that's probably definitely the best composition. Next question comes from Chai Energy. Do you play comp TF2? Also, what do you think of the rumored competitive matchmaking that may be added in Team Fortress 2 along with Spy vs. NG? Like I said, I don't really play a whole lot of competitive. Competitive matchmaking, I would be 100% for this. I am all in favor of competitive matchmaking in the game. I think that would help the competitive scene. It would actually help me get more into competitive. I think it would really promote that, and I think it would extend the life of the game, which I've said in the past is what I'd really like to see in this game. I want it to go for quite a while, so I think that, yeah, I'm definitely in favor of that. Next question comes from Axie. What is your favorite cosmetic item in the game? I've talked about it before. I'm not really into cosmetics a whole lot. I'd say my favorite cosmetic is probably the Cold Snap cap. That's kind of my go-to on a lot of my classes right now. Even though it's getting into summer, I probably need to put something else on, but I really do like the Cold Snap cap. And the Flapjack for the Scout. Flapjack for the Scout, great item. It's one of my favorites. Zombie asks, you buy your TF2 items with your own money or do you sell your organs to buy them? If you guys have ever checked out my backpack, you would know that I really don't have that impressive of a backpack. I think it's like only a few $100s worth of items. So I don't really have a whole lot invested in the game as far as items go. But most of the time if I want something, I'll just buy it, So yeah, definitely not worth selling my organs. Next question comes from I'm Really Not Farkas. If you could get new bot killer or festive weapons in the game, what weapons would you choose? I think a really cool festive weapon would be the Mad Milk. I use that a lot, so of course I want an item that I'm going to use. So the Mad Milk would be my festive weapon. I think that'd be a little strange to have a robot head hanging from that. As far as bot killer weapons go, I'd like to see a bot killer grenade launcher. I don't think there's one of those. They have the Australian one, but I don't think they have a bot killer one. Correct me if I'm wrong. If they don't, that's what I'd like to see for a bot killer. Next question comes from, I'm sorry, I don't know how to say that name. I apologize. What was your first hat? My first hat, I believe, was the Tyrant's Helm for the soldier. I still have it. I don't really wear it a whole lot, but that was the first item, or the first hat I ever found. Soap asks, What do you think about how buds are no longer counted as currency? I'm not really a trader, so it doesn't really affect me. I don't really care at all. I have like one thing of earbuds in my backpack, so it doesn't really affect me. French Toast Mafia asks, what is your dream weapon / unusual? Dream weapon would probably just be an Australian scattergun or rocket launcher. Like I said, I play a lot of scout, a lot of soldier, so those are probably the 2 items that I'd want most as far as weapons go. Unusual, I would like a unusual cold snap cap. Like I said, that's my favorite cold snap cap. I'm not into unusuals a whole lot, so I don't really know the effects, but I think it'd be kind of cool to have like one of the like snowing effects, whatever those are, just because it kind of fits with the theme of the hat, so I think that would be neat. There you go, dream weapon and unusual. Smelt Shakes ask, what is your favorite class besides Scout? So, I do love Scout. Scout is my favorite class, even though I do have more hours than Soldier, so I think that kind of answers the question. Besides Scout, Soldier's my favorite class, just because Scout is hard to play on a few maps. A few maps, you know, they don't really suit the Scout's play very well, but most maps you can play Soldier effectively. I think that's why I have more hours as Soldier, and I love to rocket jump, so those 2 factors right there probably make Soldier my second favorite class. Next question, I plead the 5th. What is your favorite map / game type? Mine is CTF Turbine. My favorite map and game type probably be Payload. Badwater might be my favorite map. That's a really good map. I always enjoy playing Badwater. Next question comes from a Firefur. What is your least favorite weapon in TF2? Least favorite weapon would probably be the Sun on the Stick. It's pretty much useless, has no purpose, so that's definitely my least favorite weapon in the game. Next question comes from Brenda Blialfi. What is your favorite strange weapon in TF2? I don't know how that's different than what's my favorite weapon in TF2, but favorite strange weapon, I have a strange Diamond Bot Killer Scattergun, which that's probably my favorite strange weapon that I own. So there you go. Next question comes from Flick. What are your top 3 favorite video games? Top 3 favorite video games would be Team Fortress 2, obviously, Super Smash Bros. And Pokemon. Definitely, I'd say those by far are my favorite game series, shortly followed by Call of Duty and maybe like Guitar Hero. I really enjoy Guitar Hero. Coming out with a new one, so I might get that, I don't know. Next question comes from Sharp. Do you play any other games instead of TF2? And if you do, what other games do you play? Like I said, Pokemon, Smash Bros, I'm really into those. Animal Crossing, I play that. Fire Emblem. I play a bunch of Nintendo games. Like I said, I'm a Nintendo fan, so I do play a bunch of Nintendo games. That's kind of what I play besides PC. Next question comes from Lurkst. Did you play any other shooters before TF2? If so, what games? Yes, I played Call of Duty. Call of Duty was my first-person shooter game that I ever got into. I played Call of Duty 1. A lot. I played it pretty religiously. My friends and I would always play that after school. That was kind of what gave me the love for FPS games. So I definitely have Call of Duty to thank, and I really enjoy Call of Duty. I still play it. I haven't played Advanced Warfare at all, but it's still a really good game in my opinion. I know a lot of people hate it, but it's just fun. So yeah, Call of Duty. Next question comes from Squid Pingvin. What's your favorite game when you were a child? Favorite game when I was a child by far had to be Pokemon. I played the heck out of Pokemon. I have like 10 different Pokemon games. It's still one of my favorite games. So Pokemon, definitely my favorite game when I was a kid. One of my favorite games still, so great game. Starefax, what was the first video game you ever played? The first video game I ever played, the first thing I can really think of, probably Super Mario 64. If it wasn't that, it was probably Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo. I can't really remember for certain, but Super Mario 64, maybe it was Chip's Challenge on PC. I can't remember. I talk a lot about my gaming history. I have a couple of videos that talks about my experience with gaming, how I got started, that sort of thing. If you guys are interested, you can check those out, and it tells you all about my gaming experience as I grew up as a kid and that sort of thing. Next question from Glaceon. What was gaming like in your childhood, and what is your favorite Pokemon? Gaming in my childhood, it didn't play nearly as large of a part as it does now. Gaming, it wasn't nearly as big. It wasn't online. So gaming really just involved me and my sister playing like Mario Kart, Mario Party on the Nintendo 64. And I have a lot of good memories from that time. But it didn't play nearly as large of a part in my life as it does now. And what's my favorite Pokemon? Favorite Pokemon is Charizard. A lot of people like Charizard, kind of a lame answer. I also like Umbreon from second generation, so Charizard, Umbreon, probably my top 2 favorite Pokemon Next question comes from Lucky Shot. Hello, congratulations for 500 subscribers. Thank you. If you could live inside a game, which game would it be and why? He didn't ask and why. Don't forget the pros and cons. I think this one's pretty obvious. I think it's a pretty easy answer. Pokemon. You know, Pokemon. I wish Pokemon was real. In the games, you know, it's pretty much the same thing. So, yeah, Pokemon would be great. You don't die or anything. You black out and you have to go back to the Pokemon Center. So, I think Pokemon would be a really great game to live inside of because it's kind of like a world with Pokemon. Well, that's exactly what it is. So, next question comes from Wolfie. What is your favorite old school game? And by that, he means before 2000. By the way, what was your favorite console when you were a kid? GG for 5,000 subs. Cheers from France. Thank you, Wolfie. I'd say my favorite old school game before 2000, Super Smash Bros. I think that came out in '99. I want to say. I played the heck out of the game. I still really enjoy playing Smash Bros. On the N64. Yeah, I'd say that's definitely it. Probably no competition. Favorite console when I was a kid? Nintendo 64, hands down. I played the heck out of that thing. Alright, so we're wrapping it up here. We have a few more questions to answer. Next one's coming from Soft Frog. What is your opinion on Scout's primary compared to the other classes' primaries? And I guess what he means by that, you know, the Scout just has a shotgun. I don't think it does more damage than any of the other regular shotguns. But, you know, I kind of like it because the shotgun, it's already a great weapon. It does a decent amount of damage, and with the Scout's mobility, you know, you can do a lot of damage with it quickly. So, I don't have a problem with the Scout's primary. I think it's pretty good. I don't really think I'd want anything more. It's effective as it is. Next question comes from Krakatoa. Krakatoa, you already asked a question, but I'll answer this one as well. When Valve releases new weapons, what do you like to see more? New stats or new mechanics? I like to see both. I really enjoy new mechanics more than new stats, though. New stats can be kind of boring, like 25% more damage, 25% less clip. That's kind of lame. But new mechanics games that really, weapons that really change the way you play, like the base jumper. I think that's a really cool weapon because it changes things. It changes how the game is played, as well as a weapon like the Rescue Ranger, where it completely changes how an engineer can play. I like weapons like that really switch up a class's playstyle. Next question comes from Time Traveler 5. What weapons, aside from the flogging gunslinger, do you find fun to use but annoying to fight? I would say the sniper rifle. I hate playing against the sniper rifle just because it's a one-shot kill weapon, you know? And that's the same reason I love playing with it, because you get a headshot, they're dead. But hate playing against it because you're up against a good sniper, there's not a whole lot you can do. Next question from that guy. If you could buff and nerf any weapon currently in the game, what would it be and why? If I could nerf a weapon, it would be the lock and load. I think the 3 shots is a little bit too good. Just knock it down to 2. Keep the stats exactly the same, just give it one less shot, and I think you've got a fair weapon there. If I could buff a weapon, it would probably be the Sun on the Stick or like the Sharpened Volcano Fragment. You know, the 2 weapons that are kind of useless in my opinion. I think this could really use a little bit of help. So my last question for this video is going to be coming from Craig the Prophet. What do you think the best and worst weapons are for you? Like the ones you can really use well and the ones you can't seem to get the hang of. So right off the bat, the one that comes to mind when you say the ones that I'm bad with would be the classic for the sniper. I cannot figure out that weapon for the life of me. I am so awful with that weapon. It's just embarrassing. You guys will never see a video from me where I use the classic. So that would definitely be my worst weapon. The best weapon would probably be just like the stock rocket launcher. No, it's effective. It's easy to use. It's just it's a good weapon all around. So that's probably my most effective weapon. I'm used to the speed, splash damage, that sort of thing. So there we go. Answered a few questions this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. This was gaming section. The next 2 videos I'm going to be doing are going to be over questions that you guys asked me about real life and YouTube related stuff. So hope you guys are looking forward to that. Thank you for all your questions, guys. I really appreciate it. I will be giving away the Bills hats once I finish my last Q&A. So stick around, and you guys will have a chance to win one of those if you answered you asked a question. Goodness, I'm all over the place. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will talk to y'all later. Have a good one, guys. Bye.
This is Heavy Weapons Guy. Thank you for watching Grizzly Berry. Now click that little red button. Ha ha!